Hey guys, it's Spicy. Today I came to Ducati New York to test ride and review some of the friendly beginner Ducati model. But before I test ride it myself, I would like to ask our sales associate from Ducati New York his opinion. Let's go. Now we're at Ducati New York. And here we have Han. He's a sales associate at Ducati New York. What bikes can you recommend? What Ducati bikes or Ducati models you can recommend for a beginner rider?
I would recommend the Monster Plus and the Scrambler Night Shift.
And why?
Well, the thing is that the Scramblers are very practical bikes. They have all the safety Ducati features as standard, as also as the Monster Plus. And they are easy to ride. Especially the Monster Plus, I would recommend it a lot because of its very lightweight. So 366 pounds, riding modes, you can put it in low power mode and enjoy it in the city. You don't always have to ride it in high power mode and use all the power of the engine. So those are my two suggestions for first time riders or
like a friendly beginner.
For beginners.
As a first bike.
The Monster Plus is a bike that the customers can actually grow on. So they can keep it for like a year and a half, 2 years even, before moving on to something else.
And maybe take it to the track, because I've seen the monsters at the track. It's a fun bike for the track as well.
Yes, absolutely.
I guess I'm gonna see it for myself. Let's see if it's true. If the monsters are light and very easy to handle. Same thing with the Night Shift. And I'm gonna, I guess, provide my feedback. One of the bikes that I'm gonna test ride today is gonna be this big boy. I'm excited because I can't even touch the floor, so that's gonna be fun. This is actually I'm really excited about because it's a fun bike. I can also barely touch the floor. Supermoto type of bike. A lot of power. So this is the Ducati Scrambler Night Shift. I personally like the classic look, and if you're looking for something stylish for the city, what I like about this bike is that when you sit on it, like it's like if you're not a tall person, yeah, I'm like not very tall. I'm like 5'7", 5'7.5", 8ish. So I feel like this bike could be nice, like for somebody who's short, you could flat foot it, as you can see from sitting on the bike. The price of this bike is very similar how the Ducati Monsters. Kind of like a similar price range, and the sitting position is not very aggressive, so you're sitting like kind of like upright. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't test rode it yet. This was a fun ride. I really liked it, and even though it's 800cc, it doesn't feel like 800. It's very light in weight. You move it around, you don't feel the weight. It's not heavy at all, and when you're riding it, it's so smooth on the throttle. The gear shifter was butter smooth, like all controls, and like it feels very flickable and light when you're turning. So it was a fun ride. I really enjoy it. So this is number 2, but this is not a friendly beginner bike. This is something that's just I want to try for myself because I potentially want to maybe buy it for myself. Completely opposite from that. So right now I'm going to test ride the Ducati Hypermotard SP 2024. Yeah, I'm very excited because for this bike I feel like I'm a little short, but let's see if it's going to feel nice and safe. It's supposed to be very fun and torquey. I can't touch the floor. It's a very tall bike, so you have to either be a little bit on the heavier side or you have to be very tall. Ooh, I like it.
You keep bitching about your problems like a bitch want me to solve them. Keep bitching about your problems like a bitch. Yeah, you keep bitching about your problems like a bitch want me to solve them. Keep bitching about your problems like a bitch. Keep on bitching. Keep on bitching. Keep on bitching. Keep on bitching.
I love it. All I want to say is I love it. It's a very fun bike, very torquey. You sit tall, so you kind of want to jump on the curbs and just kind of like do the hooligan stuff. I really like it. It fits me well. I just can't touch the floor, but that's, who cares. I've seen people ride it at the track, but I personally I guess for me personally, because I'm sitting so tall and leaning the bike, it just feels a little bit awkward in the beginning. You have to kind of probably get used to it. But I feel like if I have some seat time on the bike, I could make it happen on the track. I personally don't know how I'm gonna ride this bike because I can't even touch the floor. So it's gonna be a challenge for me, a big challenge. Big boy. I feel like it's a nice adventure bike. I could see myself riding in California or like somewhere, you know, in like sand dunes. Even though it's a big bike, but it's actually very light. And you know, you could see it yourself. I can handle the bike not bad, you know, like I can touch the floor, but barely. So it could be a little bit challenging. But other than that, it's very nice and fun, nimble. I like it. Would I get it for myself? I don't know. I would probably rent it somewhere, you know, to enjoy myself, but it's not something that I see myself on. So this is going to be our second friendly beginner model, Ducati model. Fun bike for the street, but also for the track. If you're looking to get something fun that you could use not only in the street but also for the track, I think this is going to be a fun bike. Also very light. I've ridden Ducati Monsters before. This is I think 2023 or 2024. I'm not too sure, but kind of feels the same. It's very light. You can see I'm touching the floor. I'm flat footing. I can see a lot of women being on this bike. Specifically because, first of all, it looks very nice and feminine. I'm not saying it's not for the man. I'm saying it's just out of all of the bikes that I test rode, this one feels like, I don't know, like a woman can easily handle this bike because it's light, very agile. You could fit, you know, in different tight places if you want to go filter through traffic and whatnot. So this bike, you can control different riding modes. Let me show you. You have this button. You click on the button. It says riding mode, and you have sport, touring, urban. Sport is definitely more twitchy. Touring and urban is very limited wind power, very nice and smooth, you know. So it's not gonna, like, even if you hit the gas too harsh, it's not gonna give you that harsh power on the gas. So I kind of like it. So it has like traction control, wheelie control, all that stuff, which is nice to have. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's a nice bike for the city. Also nice as a commuter bike, also fun for the weekends, for the track. You could use it on the track, and it looks amazing. So yeah, highly recommend. So you know, like a lot of people, like a lot of customers, they kind of like the older look, not the new one.
They have second thoughts about the new one?
Yeah.
I can give some feedback why they did it that way though. A lot of customers have had some thoughts about the previous generation of the Monster, that the design looked a little bit more aggressive, and they also liked the trellis frame.
Yeah.
But the thing about the trellis frame is that it added a lot of weight. So in this new generation of the Monster, they took off a lot of weight. They took off the trellis frame.
And you could feel it right away.
Yeah.
Like it's so light, super light to move, super light to like ride around, you know, like flick around and stuff.
Very nimble.
Very
nimble, very agile. And those are one of the features right now that I love about this bike, because you can definitely feel that they stripped up a lot of weight. And
what's something like this cost?
This one, exactly like this one's costs $13,295 plus taxes and fees, which makes it, to be honest, for a Ducati Monster, quite accessible.
Yeah, and also I feel like this bike has a lot of electronics, like to help riders and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you should rely on a lot of electronics. Electronics are nice to have, but you shouldn't rely on electronics. So I feel like, you know, this bike overall, I like that it looks very sporty, but at the same time classy, you know, not too much. So I could see a lot of women being on this bike for some reason, you know?
Yeah. To be honest, it is, especially with the color combination of the iceberg white and the red seat.
Iceberg white, not just white, but iceberg white.
Iceberg white. It makes it very appealing.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, thank you for your, insight.
You're welcome.
And we're gonna get some more footage over there inside.
All right.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you Ducati New York for letting me, test ride the beautiful Ducatis today. And thank you Johan for your, great customer service and providing your information, your insight. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And for all you new riders that you're looking to get into a new bike, first go learn how to ride, learn to ride too, and then come see me. We'll take care of you.